Because of these significant declines, monthly housing payments are now at their lowest in 2 years, and we expect this decrease to continue.
Okay, so the White House touting mortgage rates having fallen to their lowest levels since 2022. Let's bring in Charles Payne, host of Making Money on Fox Business. Well, that should get things moving, right?
It shows the power of the bully pulpit, because last week, give you an example, refis were up 128% year over year, and purchases were up also. So you get that 5 handle on mortgages, and that starts to change the discussion here, because not long ago, 7.2, 7.3, 7.5.
Yeah. I mean, this was a big goal of the president. So whether or not that in the very short term gets things moving, we shall see. Meanwhile, Kevin Hassett, who President Trump very much trusts on a lot of the decisions he makes on economic policy, revealed the Trump housing plan would let Americans tap 401ks for down payments. Listen to Hassett here.
We're going to allow people to take money out of their 401ks and use that for down payment. But we're still talking about the mechanics of it. But suppose that you put 10% down on a home, and then you take 10% of the equity of the home and put it in as an asset in your 401k. Then your 401k will grow over time as the value of your house grows. You'll be healthy, have more money for retirement, and you'll have solved the liquidity constraint problem and gotten yourself a house early in life.
Good or bad idea?
I'm not sure yet. I really have to crunch the numbers on this. Over the last 10, 20, 30 years, it's no contest. Stocks are here and housing is here. I know it's the American dream, but as far as investment for your golden age, I think stocks are much better. I love the fact that they're trying a lot of different things, but I'm not sure on this one yet.
Okay. So we cut sound of Jamie Dimon asked about whether or not he would consider the role of Federal Reserve Chair. There's been a lot of chat about Treasury Secretary, but apparently he doesn't want the job for the Federal Reserve Chair, but he kind of softens his tone with the Treasury Secretary. So is there room for Jamie Dimon in these roles somehow?
I don't know. Obviously, he's brilliant. He's a brilliant guy. He's got an amazing track record. The gaming things, the Kalshi went crazy today. Because it looks like maybe Trump wants to keep Kevin Hassett at NEC. I interviewed Kevin yesterday, and I pressed him on that. Would he be strong enough to cajole? Another word for strong arm the members of the Fed, because you've got a really bifurcated Fed right now, very politicized Federal Reserve. So I can see why Jamie Dimon wouldn't want any parts of that. But Treasuries, it seems like every big-time Wall Streeter likes to have Treasury on their resume as they ride off into the sunset.
Okay, so here he is asked about the Federal Reserve Chair question. Listen.
Well, Chairman of the Fed, I put the absolutely, positively, no chance, no way, no how for any reason. I like my job. I've been my own boss for pretty much 25 years, and I like it that way.
Okay, but then the Treasury Secretary says, I don't know. So I guess we'll see. So this is the final list. We know Kevin Warsh has been in the running. Kevin Hassett.
Well, Warsh is at 59% now, just in the last 2 hours, because of what happened. Because of
when you say 59%,
on the betting
market.
They were even, but just from about 2 hours ago, President Trump said or alluded to the fact that he'd like to see Kevin Hassett stay at his current job. I still think there's some mystery folks that aren't even being talked about out there.
Yeah, because the president actually said on the record, Kevin Hassett is so good at what he's doing.
Right.
He doesn't want to put him anywhere else. He wants to right where he is. Mystery list? Why? Who?
I can't say.
Come on! Wait, you?
No,
okay.
not for that one. Maybe a little tiny one. They got some things down the hall, between chairman and janitor.
I mean, I had to ask the question here. I don't rule anything out. Final 5 seconds to go. Dow, this market, just bottom line, continues to just be bull market ride. I mean, it's pretty incredible.
That's not even telling a tiny fraction of what's going on. Oh my God, the space stocks are through the roof. Rare earth stocks are through the roof. Memory semiconductor stocks are through the roof. There's more money being made right now than ever before. I hope people watching you in this market. It is amazing.
Okay, so you're still a buyer even at these record highs.
It's phenomenal. Well, you
go
beneath the surface, some of these little names, smaller names.
Maybe they should let people use their 401ks to.
Right, but you're going to take it out of the stock market and put it into a house? I'm not sure.
That's a tricky one, because a lot of people take loans from their 401ks for their down payment, but they then have to pay them back.
Right.
But without a penalty to take it out for a down payment could be very interesting. Charles, thank you very much.
All right, you got it.
All right, John.
Senator Charlie Kirk.